afterwards can be more beneficial. And then the 7 skin benefits, I won't list all of these, but the huge ones, especially during demos, smoothness and softness. It is just, that is the #1 wow factor that everybody walks away from. If they do one hand and not the other, or half of one face and not the other, they are amazed, they're flabbergasted with how soft and smooth one side is. And I'll explain the science behind how we're achieving that. But one other thing I want to point out here, the last benefit in this list, volume and density, that's young skin. Young skin is thick, it has lots of volume, lots of density. That's what we want to promote. And that micro oscillating technology helps to stimulate this appearance of that thickness, that volume and density. Okay, highly demonstrable. I have 2 videos that I want to show you, and I'm going to talk you through these videos that just demonstrate. So, the best way to demonstrate, obviously, is a half-face demo, but here's some really fun ways to demonstrate as well. So the first one's an orange. We put makeup on an orange, wet it down, put the cleanser on, and use a competitor's device. Now afterwards, we wipe that away with a cloth and look at, in the dimples of the orange, look at all that makeup left in there. Disgusting, right? So we do the same thing. We put the makeup on, we missed it, then we put some cleanser on, and then we cleanse it with the LumiSpa instead of just with your fingers, right? So in the past, we've been either using a competitive device or just your fingers and rinsing it away. So here, oh, you saw it. I'm talking too much. So you saw when we wiped it away, all those dimples in the orange were clean. That's like your pores, so effectively cleansed. All right, in this second video, we've got a pan of Jell-O, good old-fashioned Jell-O. And we're going to put the cleanser on, use 2 competitors. And this first competitor, watch when we lift it up, how it has roughed up, and you see globs of the Jell-O fall off. That rough action is happening to your skin. Bristles are tough, they have sharp, jagged edges. This one's even worse, watch this. See how it's just jagged? So now, this last one is the Age-Lock LumiSpa. Now notice, see how much the Jell-O is wiggling? That Jell-O is moving all over the place. That is movement equal to what's happening in your skin. We're stimulating the skin and moving it more effectively than the competitors without the damage or the aggression to the skin. Isn't that amazing? Love that. So, third, oh, this is a huge differentiating point. This device is so hygienic. It is less abrasive and it's so much easier to clean the bristles. Let me explain. First, through another video. We took a beautiful model and we slathered on glow-in-the-dark makeup. And then on half of her face, we use a competitor's device to remove the glow-in-the-dark makeup. You can see it glowing there. So on this side, we're going to use the competitor device. Oops, this side, and remove the makeup. And then you're going to see us use the LumiSpa on the other side to remove the makeup. And then we're going to put both devices, we're going to turn the lights off so you can see they're glowing in the dark, right? Because they're covered with that junk. Now look how easily the LumiSpa rinsed, and watch this. Is that not disgusting? Like it's not coming off. Just remember, bristles are for scrubbing floors, not your face. Bristles are very porous. They absorb things and they're more difficult to cleanse and keep hygienic. Whereas you could see with the LumiSpa, it is super easy to rinse it off and keep it hygienic. So you'll see in this picture, the first column is the device in the dark. You can see it's not glowing, there's no makeup on it. Middle column, The top one's our device, the bottom two are competitors. We put the glow-in-the-dark makeup on. They're both glowing. Then we rinse them, and in the last column you see ours is the only one not glowing in the dark after being rinsed. So, very hygienic. Plus, this silicone polymer surface is embedded with silver. Silver has natural antimicrobial properties to it. So another little differentiator there. Now, when you look at the bristles under a microscope, they have very jagged, sharp edges. That's causing micro tears and scratches to your skin. Think about a piece of wood. A piece of wood that is, you don't want to get a sliver, so you're going to use some sandpaper, right? You sand it down, you run your fingers across, and it's nice and smooth. But you use sandpaper on the wood. If you looked at that wood under a microscope, you'd see the tears and the scratches from the sandpaper. Same idea is happening here with your skin. You can see here in the picture on your left, I gotta think about my lefts and my rights here. The picture on your left, you can see that the LumiSpa is removing the upper dead layers of skin. It's exfoliating, but it's polishing that surface behind it. So it exfoliates and then it polishes, leaving a smooth, tight surface. Where the competitor device, you can see it's exfoliating those upper layers, but it's roughing up the layers it leaves behind. So you don't have that same smoothness that is happening afterwards. With ageLOC LumiSpa, depending on your market, there will be 3 to 5 cleanser options. All the way from normal, a cleanser for normal skin, for dry skin, for oily skin, for combination, acne-prone skin type, and sensitive skin type. So there'll be a wide variety of cleansers to meet your skin needs. And these are important because it's the cleanser with the device that's working the magic. We have some awesome cleansers. And when we first started down this road, of course we wanted to look at using our cleansers like 180 Face Wash or ageLOC Gentle Cleanse and Tone, some of our most popular, highest selling cleansers. But we quickly realized in the studies that it didn't have the right viscosity. Viscosity means the thickness, how thin or thick a product is. If the cleanser was too thin, this device just slid right across the skin. It didn't grab the skin. If it was too thick, it grabbed the skin and wouldn't let go. We wanted the sweet spot. We wanted to gently grab the skin and let it go. We wanted to grip the skin and then let it slip. And that is huge because that grip and slip is causing stimulation of the skin that is triggering this appearance of the volume and density, which is those nice, thick, young layers of skin. So this is a huge point right here. Okay, next, you have 2 treatment heads you can choose between. The treatment head on this device is the normal one, so this is for most skin types, especially sensitive skin. But we also have one for firm skin that gives you a little bit more of a exfoliating and softness action on the skin. You would avoid that one for sensitive skin types though. 2 times a day you'll use this. It will replace whatever cleanser you're using right now. This completely replaces that step, and you use it for 2 minutes. So 2 minutes, 2 times a day. Piece of cake, so easy. It is exclusive. We've got 4 unique patents that are pending on this device and the formulas, the rotations of the head, so many different things that we're looking at. So again, unique proprietary technology that you're offering that nobody can compete with because it's patented and protected. Now, this one is huge. It's waterproof. And here, why is that so huge? I mean, it's cool, but why is that so huge? This might be one of the most important parts of this whole presentation. If somebody consistently uses a new skin product, I don't care what product it is, it could be a simple product like hand lotion. If they will use our new skin products every day, morning and night, for a month, they will see the results. And so anything we can do to simplify makes people more consistent. And the more consistent they are, the more results they see. So, because this is waterproof, you just sit it on your shower edge, you jump in the shower, you do your 2-minute treatment, you rinse it off right there in the shower, you put it down on the edge, you're done. It becomes a habit. It's easy because it's right there at your fingertips. So, waterproof. Don't throw it in a bathtub filled with water. You know, that might damage it. But just in the shower, it's going to be totally fine. Sitting on the edge, totally fine. The little cradle it goes in is not waterproof. So when you need to charge it, you take it out of the shower, set it in the cradle, charge it. When it's done, put it back in. It'll last 1 to 2 weeks on one charge. Okay, so 2 popular questions I get. Can I use this with ageLOC Me, and can I use it with a galvanic spa? Absolutely. This is your cleansing step. So you cleanse with the LumiSpa, then you treat with ageLOC Me, and finish by moisturizing with ageLOC Me. 2 to 3 times a week, you'll use your galvanic spa after cleansing with the LumiSpa. So, very complimentary. Now, when you're doing demos, couple tips I want to share with you. Always do half of their face, no matter how much they beg, never do the other half of the face. So, because the whole rest of the day it's going to drive them crazy, and they're going to realize how amazing this product is, and they're going to buy it. So, especially when they feel the difference between the 2 sides of the face. So only do half the face. And then a couple other tricks I'm going to share with you. But first, I need a volunteer who wants to do half of their face up here on stage. I've got a couple people. All right, come on up. All right, I'm going to pull this chair over right here and take a seat. Yeah, round of applause. Takes a little bravery to come up here. Go ahead and introduce yourself, your name and where you're from.
Hi, I'm Wendy, and I'm from England.
England, awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do her right side. Oh, this is the other thing about doing the half of the face. You wanna always do the right side. Why? Some people say, oh, you picked their naturally good side, but if you're always doing the right side, then it's always legit. There's no bias involved. So I'm gonna have her do the demo on herself, tip number 2, because they go home and they actually remember how to do it instead of thinking, what did she do? So, first step, we're gonna dampen the skin with this little amazing mist bottle. We're actually selling this, watch this. It's like the coolest thing ever. So anyways, we're gonna do 1 or 2 sprays on this half of your face. Close your eyes, yeah. 1 more, okay, perfect. After you've sprayed, you want a nice dollop of the cleanser, like the size of a quarter. You want a nice dollop of product. A little bit more. Perfect. And all the way, forehead down to chin. Perfect. And then afterwards, I'm going to show you this slide. On this slide, you're going to see 4 quadrants of the face. So an imaginary line down the middle of the face vertically and an imaginary line across the middle of the face horizontally creates 4 different areas. This, when you push the button, it's going to go for 30 seconds and then all of a sudden it's going to stop or pause. We call that haptic feedback. That haptic feedback tells you, oh, 30 seconds is up, I'm moving to the next area. And so every 30 seconds you move until you've done all 4 areas and your 2 minutes is complete. When you push this button, the light will appear right here. If you forget where you're at, 4 lights go around this circle, this button. So if you ever forget, you just look and see, oh, there's 3 lights, I'm on the 3rd quadrant. So you know where you're at. So go ahead and push the button once. Perfect. Now put it next to your skin and start using circular motions. Perfect. Now, this is foolproof because if she pushes too hard, the device is going to stop. She'll get that haptic feedback. If she goes too fast, the device will stop and give her that haptic feedback. So it's kind of foolproof. There's no doing it wrong here. So, nice circular motions is great. Or you can do upward, outward motions. that are just, you start in the chin and you work up slowly to the ear area. Come back over, start on the lips, move up across the cheekbone. Come on the nose, move up across the upper cheekbone. So you're still in just the first area, so you're gonna stay under that cheekbone. So just treat that lower half right there. Now, I said there's 4 areas, 30 seconds per area, right? If they don't have sensitive skin and you're doing a half-face demo, then I'd repeat it. I do 30 seconds, and I'd repeat it. Do a second 30 seconds and a second 30 seconds. Make sure though you ask if they have sensitive skin. Now you have fairly light complexion. Do you have sensitive skin? Not really? Okay. Then she's probably good to keep doing it twice in both of those areas. A couple of things that I have noticed is, in addition, and I had this suggestion when we were in Iceland, actually. Beautiful, gorgeous, amazing Iceland. A couple of our team leads from Iceland are over there. We were doing demos, and one of our team leads was like, why are you using NAPC Moisture Mist instead of water? And I thought, why am I not using NAPC Moisture Mist? So you can either put the NAPC Moisture Mist in this bottle or use the NAPC mist bottle that's already in. Why not use the mist that gives you that added hydration? So one more time, yeah. And now do the upper. Yeah. Yep. Right around the eye. Oh, and I'm going to do this part. Okay, so watch. I'm going to go nice and slow right around the eye. I'm going to come up here in the crow's feet area. I'm going to come just underneath that eyebrow. And I'm going to just go back and forth right here in the forehead area. Then I'm going to slide back down here in the nose and repeat that. One other thing I've noticed is when you're in the bottom quadrant, go over the top of your lips. Hopefully R&D isn't listening. I don't know if that's illegal. But you get this amazing exfoliating action. We were in New York in September, the beginning of September, we were in New York. And I did a demo on one of the ladies. Go ahead and mist, do 2 mists, and then remove with this little tissue right there on your lap. So I did a half-face demo, and her lips, when we took the picture afterwards, the untreated side was all chappy, and the treated side, her lips were just smooth and beautiful. So before you put Power Lifts on, make sure you use LumiSpa for sure. Okay, I'm gonna have her mist one more time. I like to do it twice because I wanna make sure all of the cleanser is off. If you don't get all of the cleanser off, you can get some balling up and some gumming that will happen, and we want the skin completely clean. Now, here's another tip. After you do a demo, let the skin dry completely. Give it 1 or 2 minutes. Because if it's not dry completely, wet skin, your fingers, when you touch it, it won't slide. If you let it dry all the way, then when you touch that side of the face and then touch the other side, it's amazing. You're just like everybody might be coming up to you afterwards and want to touch your face. But if you don't want to touch your face, make sure you go to the LumiSpa area and do a demo on the back of one hand and not the other, so you can experience how one hand is so much smoother. Now, do you care if people take pictures of you after? Okay, if you want to come up after to take a picture of her, go ahead, but a couple more tips for you. When you take a picture after a half-face demo, you only want the face in the picture. You don't want their hairstyle or the wall, you don't want their shirt, you just want a tight face shot. Once you take that tight face shot, tip number 2, tip your phone over and expand that picture up to the eye area or to the mouth area. Then scroll from one side and look at the eye, scroll to the other side, look at the eye. Same with the mouth area. You'll be amazed once you enlarge that and you compare the 2 sides. Some of the lifting, the brightness, and most of all, the smoothness that you're seeing. Hey, Miyako! So, takeaways from this. The takeaways are the patents that make this unique, the micro-oscillating technology, the pore pumping, the hygienic qualities of this, and the smoothness. Probably the number one thing you'll notice with LumiSpa is how smooth and soft. It's dramatic. So I can't wait for all of you to experience LumiSpa. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be up here to answer any questions. Thanks, guys.